Don't let the majority of your money sit in the bank. Your money sits in the bank, it does nothing for you at all. What's going on, guys? Listen, Frankie for checking in. And listen, man, I want to go over a little investment tips. One investment tip that I use. And I want to share it with you guys today, man. A real important investment tip that I stand on, that I live by, that I have learned, that works for me. And I'm sure it'll work for you also. Is don't let the majority of your money sit in the bank. Your money sits in the bank, it does nothing for you at all. Really, you just help the bank out when they loan on your money and get it back and then put it back in your account. But do not let the majority of your money sit in your bank account. It does nothing for you. It builds no interest, small interest, but not enough to get rich, right? What I do, so a little bit about me, man. I started my career in trucking, right? I went from a broke college student, delivering pizza for Domino's, working a lot of dead-end jobs, right? To one day I got fed up and I got tired of working dead-end jobs. I got tired of making minimum wage. I got tired of just trying to make ends meet, not knowing where my next meal going to come from. I may get fired. This job may get taken away from me one day. Like, who knows, right? And to let someone have control over if you get paid or not get paid that week, or you may have a job or may not have a job that week, or if you want to go even as deep as working for a retirement check, man. You spend 40, 50 years working for this company just for them to give you a fraction of what the company is making per year. A small fraction. What you get, $1,200 a month or something on retirement, or however it works. But I say that to say, don't let the majority of your money sit in the bank, right? I started my career in trucking, right? Trucking was my first piece of I'm gonna say of success. Let's say that. Or what I like to call success early on. Coming from minimum wage to making money in trucking is a real big difference, right? Any trucker would tell you that. Truckers make anywhere between $200-300 grand a year, versus when I was making 20-30 grand a year. Big gap, right? So I started my career in trucking. That's where it all started at. Trucking is where it started at. Then I transitioned into real estate. So how I move my money around is the money I make in trucking. By the way, I still own a trucking company. But the money I make in trucking, I stack it up and I invest it. Stack it up and invest it. I don't ever take 100 grand to the bank and let it sit there. It does nothing for me. Stack it up, invest it. So in between trucks and housing, you have to understand two things. Well, it's a few things that's gonna always be around forever. But the two that I chose to deal with is trucks, because trucks make the world go round. Trucks is how you get everything you have on. My shirt, my chain, my hat, backdrop, everything in this room, everything in life, everything you have in your home comes off a truck somehow, some way. If it's made in China, if it's made in US. However, it has to get to a store, or it has to get to that post office, or it has to get to that FedEx, or it has to move around the world through a truck, right? Even if it came off an airplane, it's going to go on a truck eventually. So a truck is never going anywhere. So I chose to deal with trucking because it's going to be around forever, right? I make money in trucking and I invested in the real estate. And that's how you diversify your portfolio as far as business-wise. Now, when I make the money over here, I put it here. Now I have both companies growing. Now that's not to say I don't invest money into my company with trucks, because I do also. I may stack some money and go buy another truck. I may buy an additional trailer. I may buy certain things for my company to build this company up also. But now I have enough money to build this company and also deal with real estate at the same time. So I tell anybody out there, man, in trucking especially, or even if you have a job and when they're looking for something to start as far as business-wise, go get you a truck, man. Hire a driver. Or you drive. Go get a CDL. one of the best moves I ever made, man, early on was getting a CDL, right? Getting your CDL puts you in a whole different tax bracket, man. You go from 20, 30, 40 grand a year to, if you work for yourself, 200, 300 grand a year. Now, company wise, CDL, you can make 80 to $100,000 if you work for somebody. It's doable. But work for yourself, like me, 200, 300 grand a year, and that was a big gap and a big difference from what I was making at the time. So, trucking, man, if you're looking to get something started or don't know where to start, or looking for an investment, or looking for a business to start so you don't have to work your whole life, I would say start in trucking. I started in trucking. I saved up my money, bought another truck, saved up more money because now I have 2 trucks going, right? Take that. But I learned about real estate. Don't get me wrong. Don't let me jump the gap. I took my time and I learned real estate. I paid a mentor. I learned his strategy as far as real estate. I learned how to flip homes. I learned how to refinance and rent them out, Section 8 them. I learned everything about real estate that I need to know about real estate, right? Then I jumped in. So while I'm learning real estate, I'm also making money in trucking and stacking it up, waiting for that right move when I'm comfortable enough to make it, right? So eventually I got comfortable enough to make that move, man. I took my trucking money that I had stacked up just for real estate and I jumped in, boom. And I've been going ever since. So that's probably one of the best moves that I done made, man, is getting a CDL and allowing myself to make enough money to save and better my life and better my finances and better my family life. And it's like when you're in a different tax bracket, when you're making a certain amount of money, you're able to grow and progress. Because instead of you having to worry about what bills got to be paid here or there, those bills are already paid. And you have enough money to stack up and save to invest, right? So that is my tip, man. That's a mini part of my story. I'm going to get on here and tell more of my story in more detail, but that is a mini part of my story, man. I started in trucking for sure. Went and got my CDL, jumped out there, started working, doing trucking on the road, state to state, stacking my money up. Hardly came home, just grinding, man. This takes a grind. It takes a different type of person to really, really grind. A lot of people say they want it, but they don't really want to go get it. So I'm out there trucking state to state. I'm from New York to damn Dallas, Texas. I'm Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm everywhere, right? Trucking, just grinding. But that's what it takes early on, in the early stages, to get where you want to go, man. So early on, like I said, I'm trucking, I'm grinding, I'm stacking my bread up, right? But I'm also smart enough to understand that real estate is not going nowhere either. Somebody's always going to need a house to live in, right? Somebody's always going to need a house to live in, to rent, affordable housing, to buy, however you own or finance, however you go about your situation as far as real estate. Someone always going to need a home to live in, right? So I was smart enough to understand that, like, what are things that I can get into that'll be around forever, right? What are these that's going to be around forever? So then I realized real estate makes the most millionaires, man. How? I learned how. But first I had to identify what's going to be around for forever, a very long time. It's not starting the ice cream business. It's not starting a hair boutique or anything like that. I want the thing that's going to be around for a very, very, very long time, right? And it was real estate for me, trucking and real estate. So that is my 2 specialties, man. That is my 2 playing fields that I stand on, trucking and real estate. And both. Take money here, invest it here. Flip this house, take the money here, invest it here, and grow both companies. I have other companies also, but those are my 2. Those are my bread and butter, man. But next video, I'm gonna go more into detail on how I even got started in trucking, man. I'm gonna go more into detail on I'm gonna tell my whole life story next video. But as far as right now, we're gonna check out of here, man. Frankie Farr checking out. Y'all see the shirt, the logo, the brand, Frankie Farr, everything across all platforms. Frankie Farr, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, Twitter, whatever, Frankie Farr. That's what the website too. Visit my website, man, for sure. But yeah, man, if you like, subscribe, Comment, give me feedback. If you like the video, hey man, tell me you like it. You got questions? Ask your questions in this comment box down here, man. Look, me and my team are open to all questions. We answer all comments, or at least we try to. Just any negatives, no negativity, please. But once again, man, we're checking out. Now we'll tap in with you guys next time. Peace.